when I wanted to come up with this True V mission, I wanted to make sure that I give back in a way where it's not just a business. I give back in a way where I maintain the sustainability as well.
This is the Healthy Lifestyle Solutions podcast, and I'm your host, Maya Acosta. If you're willing to go with me, together we can discover how simple lifestyle choices can help improve our quality of life. Let's get started.
Are you looking for a delicious, healthy, and sustainable snack? Look no further. True V offers a variety of plant-based snacks that are perfect for kids and adults alike. All of True V snacks are packaged in 100% compostable packaging, making them a zero-waste product. So next time you're looking for a healthy and sustainable snack, check out True V. True V is a female-founded, minority woman-owned and operated startup by Megha Shah. Megha and her husband Hirsch envisioned True V in 2020 to address the need for sustainable, clean label, guilt-free, and allergen-free, nutritious plant-based snacks and treats. Megha is a mother of 3 kids and a business entrepreneur deeply passionate about plant-based living. True V's mission is to encourage and enable healthy and sustainable living without compromising taste or quality. I've partnered with Megha to host an event at True V on December 13th. Dr. Will Tuttle will stop by to discuss his book, The World Peace Diet. Dr. Tuttle was recently on my podcast, so make sure that you go back and listen to episode 249. This event will be live streamed. Simply go to bit.ly/doctor, that's DRTUTTLE for more information. And as always, my friends, the full bio and the links for each of my guests can be found on the website, healthylifestylesolutions.org. Let's meet Megha.
All right. So, welcome back to another episode of the Healthy Lifestyle Solutions podcast. Today, I have a guest here in my studio. Welcome, Megha.
Thank you, Maya. Thank you so much for having me here.
This is exciting because I typically don't have people in the studio, and you happen to live here in the Dallas area. And so this is our first time meeting in person and having this conversation. So thank you for coming all the way over here because it's the day before Thanksgiving and it's very busy.
No. It's my pleasure. Like I said, it's a pleasure to be here. And I've been listening to your podcast from long time, actually. So one thing I wanted to mention before I leave from the studio is that your podcast series are just amazing. Whenever I listen to your podcast all the time, I mean, I learn something new. And then it's such a good resource for everyone who is looking to making a change in their lifestyle. Whoever wants to go to plant-based lifestyle, and then even when you are starting up or whether you're already there, you always learn something new. And what you're doing with all these programs and podcasts is just amazing. It's very inspiring.
Thank you so much. That was so sweet. You didn't have to say that, but thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know the story of, I'll tell you real quick, that I got started in podcasting because many years ago, like over 15 years ago, I was listening to another show that would have been considered a podcast. They used to call it talk radio back then. And I learned that I had hypothyroidism as a result of listening to that show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you found out that from the show.
Yes.
Wow.
That individual used to bring on, it wasn't a health podcast. It wasn't medical.
Right.
But every once in a while, they would bring in a doctor.
Oh, wow.
And the doctor was talking about this epidemic of hypothyroidism and the association with eating fish, the mercury contamination.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So long story, I went to my dentist and I said, take out the amalgams. And she said, have you ever been tested for mercury? And I said, no. And so she tested me and she was like, you have like mercury poisoning.
What?
From eating fish.
Wow.
Yeah, because like you, and we'll talk about your story, kind of like you were mainly vegetarian.
Right.
I was mainly vegetarian / pescatarian. So I mainly ate fish.
Wow.
And all that accumulation contributed to my health problems.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
Oh,
we're going to talk about
yes,
all of
but
that.
that's amazing. You found out from the podcast.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this is why I have a podcast, because it helped me so much that
Right.
I was like, this is how people learn, just another way that people
Right.
learn.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Right. Same thing. I when I listen to your podcast, like I said, I have always learned something new that I did not know before.
mhm,
And when I think about it, like, people should listen to it when they're driving or, whenever, whatever they're doing, because you always learn something new. And
mhm.
it's such a good resource. It's free, I mean, what else can you offer? This is truly inspirational.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. And since that initial conversation, all these things have developed, and now we're collaborating together
Yes.
on,
Yay. That's just amazing.
I know. We're collaborating on hosting Dr. Will Tuttle. We decided to collaborate and bring Dr. Will Tuttle. He's on a 5-month tour. It's called Benevolent Revolution Tour. Well,
Yes.
I put in a good word for you when I interviewed him. Yeah, the
Hey.
other day when I interviewed him, I told him about your store and how passionate you are, that you're Jane. I told him about the cookbook,
Oh, you did.
and he
Okay.
was very touched because like all of us, we like connecting with people that are ethical vegans, that have this
Yes.
passion and purpose for helping the world heal
Yes.
in many ways. And the fact that you've offered your establishment as the location where we're going to host this event
Yes.
is
Yes.
awesome. Now, I want to let the listeners know that we can only have 35 people at your establishment.
Yes. Yes. It's a limited space.
Limited space. Dr. Tuttle will have books for sale. His wife, Madeline, will have some of her beautiful paintings that she always travels with. I saw she's been making wrist warmers.
Oh, cool.
So I want to buy some.
Yeah.
and, and however, we're also screening this event.
Right.
So if you want to go, for everyone who's listening, if you're interested, I made a short link. It's bit.ly Dr. That's Dr. Tuttle, Tuttle. That's just a short link that'll take you there. And so if you're interested in like watching it via live stream, our other partner that's collaborating with us, Tanya, that goes by
Yes.
Plant Based Mexican, she's going to be also helping out, and she'll be streaming the event. So we're really excited. And
Yes. So all the proceeds will go to Dr. Tuttle and to serve his mission further.
yes, thank you. I love how
Yes.
you put it. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So, Megha, tell us a little bit more about yourself. So this is interesting. I didn't know that you came from India in
Yes.
2001. So tell us a little bit more about that, how you became vegan, and then now True V.
Yes, so I have been a vegetarian all my life. So I grew up as a vegetarian. I was born and raised in India. I came here in 2001. I was migrated here. My uncle and my aunt were already living here for many, many years in
Mhm,
New York. So I came here with my family, with my mom and dad. There was some rule of immigration, so my brother couldn't come with us at that time. So, but I came here with my parents, and then when I came here, I wanted to continue the same diet. So when I say vegetarian in India, like when you are vegetarian, you don't eat eggs either. You eliminate eggs. So, but we were consuming dairy. So anything that I would buy, or any snacks or anything like that I would buy, I would just check the label for ingredients and then make sure that it doesn't have any eggs or any meat product or any animal byproduct.
mhm,
So that's how I used to maintain the diet. But then I always preferred vegan cuisine for some reason, because see, when you're vegetarian, you have to make sure that if there is any contamination going on, or whether you prefer some restaurants over vegetarian restaurants, or so. But vegan, when it comes to vegan or plant-based restaurants, you're like, okay, I don't have to worry about anything, I can eat everything there, right? So you don't have to check whether something is vegetarian or not. So I always preferred vegan cuisine and vegan restaurants, but I never knew at that time, like, this is what's going on with dairy industry.
mhm,
So, and it was a part of ignorance, I guess, but last 4 years has been remarkable journey. So I've been vegan from last 4 years, and it happened like almost all of a sudden, or maybe saying overnight kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to go vegan, and then it was only me who decided to go vegan first, and my husband and my three kids, they were still consuming dairy. But then last year they also decided to go vegan, so then now all of us are following plant-based diet. So the entire family, including my husband, my three kids who are like 4, 6, and 10 years old, they're also following plant-based diet. And it's amazing, and it's so satisfying that they wanted to do this. It's not that we decided to do it. We showed them the videos which were kid friendly on YouTube, and that what happens with dairy industry and how it can affect climate, and then how it can affect our future generation, and what can we do, and why shouldn't we do this, because it's already helping, you know by such so it's already helping, because it's already helping and making so much difference in everybody's life. So, and you can still maintain the healthy lifestyle. So why and the only thing, so, being a vegetarian, the only thing we had to give up on was dairy. So I say, well, think about people who's raised eating, meat and other products that they consume every day, and then if they have to go plant based, it would be so difficult for them, because it's a big change for them. And for us, it's just leave dairy. It's so easy. It's nothing,
Right.
compared to what these guys have to do. So I mean, so putting it that way, my kids actually thought, put their own thought process into it. And then they also decided, like, okay, I don't want to drink cow milk. I want almond milk. So, and then my little one would say, okay, I don't want, but whenever we go out and if we order like quesadilla or something, and they were like, does it have cow cheese in it? Or does it have almond cheese in it? What kind of cheese in that? So they ask those silly questions, and it just makes me feel so proud. Like, at least they're trying to verify what they're eating when they're in
Mm.
strange place, and they are maintaining the diet nicely, and I'm very proud of them at the same time.
Mhm.
And this is how I became vegan. Like, I've been following vegan diet from last 4 years, and now my entire family is vegan. But it all started with one step of, like, reading the ingredients and figuring out what goes in it, because I was very passionate about how the food is made or what ingredients goes in. And then I would do a little bit of research. And that's when I did more research on dairy. And when I heard it was becoming very noticeable, right? The documentaries came out. And when I saw, and I was like, oh, really? If this is what's happening, then I shouldn't be consuming it. So that's when it all made the difference. And that's how I became vegan. And now I'm perfectly healthy, fine, still alive. I guess no deficiency so far.
Yeah. This is so I admire you so much for the way that you're raising your children to have these values, to
Right.
take the planet into consideration, animal welfare, because many parents shy away from that.
Yeah.
Especially depending on the age of the children, and you have adults that make the transition with children of all sorts of ages,
Right.
and they shy away. They want to be a living example, but they shy away from having the conversations with their children. And I can imagine it's difficult to have to try to explain. But it sounds like this is probably part of the way that you educate your children anyway, by
Right.
having these
Right.
conversations, being very honest and frank.
Right. Right.
And the
Right.
fact that your children chose this, it's
Yes.
incredible.
Yes. So I never wanted to force this decision on anybody, because what I believe is that when you're told to do something, you're more likely not to stick with it.
Hmm.
So, but when it comes from you, from inside, and when you make that decision to do it, you're more likely to stick with it.
Yeah.
So, when I decided that I wanted to, apply plant based lifestyle, I wanted to go vegan, and then I just did it. And then I
Hmm.
never looked back. Same thing with my husband and my kids. They my husband was inspired with someone from someone else, but that's fine, as long as you got the inspiration. Because if I would have told him to do it, and if he would have done it, then that lack of motivation was still there, and then
Mm,
it wouldn't pursue him to continue maybe on his journey.
yeah.
So I showed my kids that if you can't see that images or what's happening, how can you consume that product? So think
Yeah.
about the pain that they're going through, and you don't need to give them that pain. They don't have to suffer.
Mm,
And at least you're not being part of that vicious cycle of whatever is going on in the business industry.
sure.
So, and that's when, and they're I guess, they were mature at that time when I was having that conversation, at least. And they decided, like, okay, we'll make a switch, it's fine. And then the only promise they got from me, that make sure you make yummy food. And I say, yes, I will, I'll make sure that. So yeah, and they
Yeah.
they don't they're just happy.
Yeah, it's that education that is so key. I stopped eating red meat and pork in college when I saw footage of how ground beef is processed and made,
Oh,
and it wasn't enough for me to say, "Oh my God, I don't want to eat that. It's
right.
terrible." But you would hear that, especially with ground beef, they throw everything in there, all the parts, all the. I don't want to be more graphic than that.
Wow.
And like you, because I was mainly vegetarian, pescatarian, it was
Right.
so easy to transition because I
Right.
was already eating Italian food and Vietnamese food
Right.
and all the foods that have all those vegetables that we love and
Right.
the noodles and the rices and all of that was pretty easy for me. So I'm very excited about your treats that you brought.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about True V. One thing that I like about you, and another reason why I wanted you on the show was because, as you know, my podcast is called Healthy Lifestyle Solutions. And
Yes.
while I'm also an ethical vegan, and I love promoting that as well, I also like encouraging people to eat healthy.
Yes.
And if you still need to snack a little bit, you can find healthy snacks. So I would love for you to tell my listeners about how you even thought about starting True V as an entrepreneur. How did you get that going? How long have you been in business? And then tell us the components to True V, because one of them is your healthy bites, but also your kitchen.
Okay, so you already know a little bit about myself. Like, I am a passionate cook. I love to cook. I have three beautiful children, 4, 6, and 8. And Truly is connected with the story of having my kids. So I had one incident in my life when with my second delivery where I almost gained my life back. And once that happened, I decided that whatever I do from now on is I want to do something meaningful. Whatever I do from now on has to be a purposeful mission. So when I wanted to come up with this True V mission, I wanted to make sure that I give back in a way where it's not just a business. I
Mm,
give back in a way where I maintain the sustainability as well.
mm,
So I try to get all the components in a plate where I was thinking, like, how can I make it more sustainable, how can I make it more people friendly, more planet
mm,
friendly,
mhm,
than just making or just doing another business.
mhm,
So my husband helped me all the way throughout this mission, and how in the process of how we achieve this truly place and the products and everything that we have accomplished so far. His help was working as a backbone of me,
oh,
so it was there, and obviously because of that, and with my kids support as well, they were
oh.
constantly pushing me, like, yes mama, go for it, I love it, I love what you do. And, like, they were constantly inspiring me to do even more than what I put in every single day.
Mm,
So I in 2020 I visited London, to attend one of the plant-based expo, and I saw many food entrepreneurs with their products, and I also saw some leather alternatives for the vegan innovations. And I decided, okay, if this can happen, I can also do it. So I tasted some of the products, and then I spend time there. I talk to people and I talk to them about their background. And when I found out, like, it was most of them were very passionate about it. of they were doing. They didn't have really a good background of any culinary expertise. They decided to go in, and then they just went in and they got certified, and then they were boom with the business. So I came back and I decided, okay, what do I want to do actually? So first, so I used to blog recipes and all that stuff, but I'm like, okay, that's too time consuming with my kids and all that. I really wanted to open up a restaurant which is plant based, but obviously with 3 kids and managing the family is just too much. So I came up with these treats, the plant based treats, because one thing for sure that my kids always ask for candies. And when they ask for candies, you try to control the sugar level, right? It's like, no, you can't have two, you can't have three or a day, you have to wait for the next day.
Mhm.
Another thing is like ingredients. Oh my God. And sometimes I feel like I'm just a freak about ingredients. But I read, and then it is loaded with preservatives, emulsifiers, and whatnot, the color, this color, that color. And some of the names, the chemical names that we cannot even pronounce, right?
Mm.
So I was not feeling good about it. So I thought, why don't I just make some treats that's good for kids, and even adults can enjoy it. And then it is made so naturally, it has nothing added. No preservative, no additives, no extract,
Wow.
no syrups, and it's just so good. And plus, how can I make it sustainable by packaging into 100% compostable packaging? So it's basically become a zero waste product. That was the thought.
Mm.
So I worked on it. I did my research and development about each ingredient that could go into these products. I tried to find the best ingredient, where is it grown from, and then it comes certified. So it's either non GMO or organic.
Yes.
About the packaging, I spend a lot of time about that because I research, and every time I research more and more, I find like one flaw that's, oops, that's not going to work out. About the packaging, finally we found a source that that process and makes 100% home compostable bags. So it's not just commercial compostable, it's also home compostable. And if you don't have time, of course you can drop it off at any commercial compostable facility, but if you want to do it all in your backyard, you can do that too.
Yeah.
And we wanted to find some reliable source, not something that comes from China. And this were United States based company. So finally, when all the components were put into plate, like, okay, ingredients are set, the quality is set, the certification is set, and the compostable packaging or sustainable packaging criteria is set, then the only thing we had to find was where to produce this product.
Mm.
So in 2020, I registered the company, Truby, in the state of Texas with the thought that I am going to do something about this. And before anything happens, I want to go ahead and register the company with this name. So I did that. And then after that, I started my research. We wanted to launch the products earlier, but because of the COVID and all that, whatever was going on in the market, we were not able to do it. Another reason that during the COVID we wanted to find a place where we can manufacture these products, but the problem was that wherever I manufacture the product, I would still have to put the label where it says that it is processed in a facility where eggs, meat, fish, shellfish are also processed. And that was kind of a hesitation that I came across. I was like, you know what, I'm making a plant based product. Why do I have to process in the facility that case this, and that? And more than anything, my products are already free of top food allergens. So even that tracing, why would we have those tracing if you're looking for any allergy friendly products, right? So in that case, I was trying to look for a place
Mm.
where we can just have our own facility, and you won't believe it's so hard to find. So some of the time went into that too. So since starting from 2022 all the way to 2022, all that time we spent in construction, there were delays we faced,
Oh,
there was research that was done, and all these processes were going on in the background. It was just me and my husband doing all this work.
wow.
And with basically no experience of having this business in the background, right? This was the first time we're doing something.
Eh, eh,
So but I But personally, I'm that kind of person, like once you decide something, I'll get it done, even if it takes like longer, that's fine. I did the research, I did everything. I reached out to, people, I contacted resources, I contacted all the manufacturers, and, we figured out this stuff. And then here we are today. So today, what we have is Truvy's products. Our products are, first of all, our products are really unique because it's the combination of these three important elements. First, they're handcrafted in 100% plant-based facility. It's our own facility, we made it. And the second part is that it's made with completely clean label ingredients, which are very premium. For example, the cacao that we use in our products are Criollo cacao, which is one of the premium cacao in the world. They use Criollo cacao to coat Belgian chocolates because of its smooth texture,
Yeah.
and that's the cacao that we use to coat our truffles. So we wanted to make sure that we provide the premium quality ingredients, and these are also non-GMO or organic.
Mm-hmm.
And the third element was the sustainable packaging. And nothing beats 100% compostable packaging, because that's what makes our products zero waste products.
Yes.
So you eat your food, and then once you're done, we ask you to reuse those bags. And once you're done with that, just compost it. And within 90 to 180 days, it turns into soil, enriched soil.
Oh
So
my
there's
gosh.
nothing left behind.
Yeah.
And by the way, this packaging is 100% compostable, certified by ASTM D6400, and the zipper is also compostable
Oh my
by
God.
TUV, and certified by TUV. So they're not just to say compostable, they're also certified compostable.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, I was wondering, as you're describing the packaging, if I can hold up one or two of the packages so that we can show our listeners here, or because people watch the video too.
Yeah, sure,
So
sure.
when you
So
were saying zipper, I was wondering, but this part here, this is compostable?
yes. So see, that packaging is actually looks like it's a plastic, right?
Yes.
And this is not actually a plastic, it's made from wood cellulose. Yes, yes. And it's 100% plant based material. It's non GMO.
I can see how it's
Organic.
reusable. I can see that, how you
Yes.
can reuse this.
Yes, yes. So basically, when you're on a trip or something, just take the bag, and then once you're done with the food, you just fill up something else, reuse it. And these are also freezer safe. So when you have like chopped vegetables or whatever leftover you want to freeze into this, they're perfectly fine to freeze. And when you want to finally get rid of it, just compost it,
Yes.
or drop it off in a compostable facility.
Yeah. Well, look who woke up when he when he heard the packaging.
Ah!
My Papi Chulo just woke up. He hears bags and he thinks treats, and unfortunately, he can't have
Uh,
anything. So hopefully, he'll go back to bed. So this is amazing. So the fact that you address the allergens, because that's what keeps many people from
yes.
having some of the treats, and then the packaging, and truffles is with two R's. Oh gosh, he's moving
Yes, we
this.
wanted to spell it as truffles because it's Truby.
Yes.
So we call it truffles, but it's actually truffles.
Yeah. Mega, how did you choose the name True V?
The true, V stands for vegan. V stands for, vichar, which is the word in Gujarati
Mm-hmm.
or Hindi that
Mm-hmm.
means the thought.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like true thought, and that's the it all everything starts with one thought, right?
Yeah.
One thing, one thought process, and then you start. So this is the true vichar, or something that we think of, and then we finally doing it. So that's why it's
Yes.
true V.
And then here's your other package. It's a little bit different in the sense that
Yes.
it's not transparent. Is it made out of what material? Similar?
It's the same. So all the packagings are made from plant-based materials,
Mm-hmm.
and the label that goes on it on the front and the back, it's actually tree free. So it's not paper, it's sugarcane fiber. It's
Wow.
made from natural sugarcane fiber. So that's why that label is compostable, of
Yeah.
course, and also recyclable.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is so meaningful because one of the things that as we learn about going vegan and what that does for the planet, then we start to look at packaging. Packaging becomes very important, like the use of plastic containers,
Right.
straws, all of that. And the fact that a lot of times what we use, and I'm just as guilty because sometimes I'll have a coffee from a huge company, right?
Right.
And it's
Right.
a single
Single
use.
use. Yes.
And that always drives me crazy, the fact that I contribute to that as well.
Right.
With
Right.
this, you're saying these are compostable at home.
Yes, yes. So in the backyard, you can compost it. And also, like I say, the zipper, it's very curious. I mean, so many people ask me, like, the zipper gets composted? I'm
I
saying,
know.
yes, it does. It's proven, it's certified. So, yes, it does.
That's why I had to pick it up because I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean? But I
Right,
see.
right. And these are all,
Wow.
like I said, freezer safe. And
Hmm.
that's what we recommend with our products too, because sometimes we have customers ordering, you know, in a big quantity, and I
Hmm.
ask them to freeze it. So, and these are, so they just pop this whole packs in the freezer, and whenever they're ready, they just take it out.
Yeah, this is wonderful. So you have also brought samples.
Yes, let's get to that.
And I'm afraid I'm going to excite Papi Chulo. But I'm going to hold it up because I'm also filming with my cell phone for to do. I'm doing like a little selfie video. So
Right.
for people to actually look. So if you're watching the video, which I always recommend watch the video so you can see the things you're missing out on. So how should we start? Are we ready to sample?
Yes,
Okay.
we are.
And by the way, so because as we were preparing for this conversation, you said to me that some people like to pair your truffles and your bites with certain things like maybe coffee or a wine.
Yes.
I decided, as you know, I don't drink alcohol. I brought a bottle that I wanted to sample anyway of just a little bit of wine since you did. It's not real wine, but
I
the flavors are there. So I
know.
thought, well, let me combine it with some of your truffles.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to start with bites. So we have three varieties of bites at this time. The pumpkin spice bites are limited edition for fall and winter, but the cacao seed bites and the nut bites are always there in our product line. So the one that you're holding right now is cacao nut bite, which is made from almonds, dates, chia seed, flax seeds, and sprouted oats, and a little bit of coconut oil, which we use steam refined because we don't want that coconut flavor.
Yes. And oh, really? Refined, it takes away the coconut flavor. I did
Right,
not know
right. And
that.
this is steam refined, so
Steam
it's
refined.
better than the normal refined coconut oil.
Okay.
One thing I want to mention about our products is that there is no sugar added, absolutely no sugar added in any of our products. They're all naturally sweetened by fruit, real fruit. So everything that you're eating is just guilt free, a little bite of indulgence.
And
Yeah.
I see what you call it as superfood. This is like part
Yeah.
of Dr. Michael Greger's daily dozen in terms of having your nuts and your seeds in your
Yes.
diet because this is
Yes.
so good and no added sugar and no syrup.
No syrup, no extract, no preservative.
Okay.
And
Should I?
it's, yep, yes, go
Okay.
ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna take a small bite.
You should take a big bite.
Mm. Oh my god.
How
Is it
does it?
filled with something? This is
No,
delicious.
no, that's all. So you can read the ingredients
Oh
behind,
my
on
god.
the back of the label.
Mm.
It so all of our products are hardly made with 5 or 6 or 7 ingredients, and that's it.
Mm. I'm chewing on on the microphone. This is so good.
This is,
Hmm.
yeah. So about this nut bite, people say that it tastes like chocolate. It's just chocolate.
That's why I thought it was filled with like something
Yeah.
like fudge or something.
Right, right, right.
Oh my god! I'm talking with my mouth full.
That's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
I'll do the talking meanwhile. So
Should I
again,
chase it with something?
yeah, I mean, if you want to sip it, I think the truffles will go nicely with wine, so you can wait for that. But
Mm.
these bites are just anytime. It's good for snacking anytime. It's good for your kids. It's good for everybody in the family. And then you can also keep it as a little dessert bite in the
Yeah,
party events.
I'm gonna have to hide these from my husband because he's going to eat them. So
Yes.
this one that I just had, remind me again. What is this one called?
It's called cacao nut bites.
Okay.
because it's made with almonds. So it does
Cacao
have
nut.
nuts.
Okay.
And so it's almonds, cacao,
Okay.
chia seed, flaxseed, and the sprouted oats.
Okay. So I loved it. And I'm not a person that needs a lot of snacks. So now here's the second one, not the other one, but
Okay.
this one, what am I going
Yes,
to
yes. So
sample?
this is the seed bite where you can see a little green seed, the pumpkin
Oh,
seeds.
I love
Yeah,
pumpkin
right.
seeds.
So these are the
Yes.
seed bites. So we wanted to
Yes.
introduce this product for people who has nut allergy and they don't have good tasting snacks option available. But the irony is the people who doesn't have nut allergy, they order this more, so they just love it. So these are filled with pumpkin seeds and exact same ingredients as the
Oh,
first one. The only
mm.
difference is we replace the almonds with the pumpkin seeds.
I love the pumpkin seeds.
There you go,
Oh
see.
my God. As I'm chewing, please tell my listeners where you're found exactly, Carrollton, and who
Yes,
buys these? Who are your customers?
so our customers
Mm.
are majoritarily the healthy active people
Mm-hmm.
and the older folks, who's retired and who wants to kind of, make their
Mm.
lifestyle much more healthier in later years. And those who are with kids who doesn't want to feed kids junk alternatives that's available out there. So actually, to be honest, to say all these different age group are our customers,
Mm-hmm.
so and we get surprised by getting orders from all over the places in United States because we ship in continental United States. So, and one more thing I wanted to mention is that when we ship, we make sure the sustainability is maintained. So whatever we ship in the box, we make sure that there is no plastic use at all. The
Mm-hmm.
only plastic that we use while shipping is the freeze pack that we use because these products are temperature sensitive and we don't add any preservative or additive or extract or anything like that, so they need to be maintained by certain temperature. So we use the freeze pack which are reusable. We could have used the one time use or the single use packs, but obviously again when it comes to reducing the waste, we make sure that we don't do that. So we
Yes.
pack it with reusable bags, reusable ice packs. And also for the larger orders, we reuse the boxes and we use the paper void fill rather than those plastic puffy cushions around
Right.
it. Yeah, so but we ship throughout the United States in 48 states of United States.
So I'm really excited because I'm thinking like when we go to other events and like my husband's holiday party for the staff is coming up and we're going to go to Chulux where we put together a vegan menu for
Right,
those of
right.
us who want to have vegan foods, and we were just thinking how difficult dessert is.
Uh-huh.
One of these bites after dinner would be beautiful. Like it would
Yeah,
just be beautiful.
right.
And but you're right. I mean, I get it. Like it doesn't have to necessarily be someone who's health conscious.
Right,
Anybody can enjoy this. But
right.
if you are a deliberate individual who wants to enjoy, like my mouth is still watering. I'm like, oh my God. But if you want to enjoy something delicious without feeling guilty, and that's part of the reason why I'm not a heavy snacker,
Yes,
because I feel guilty. Like I
right,
just feel like that's not good for my body. I don't do a lot of sweets anyway, but sometimes we do pick up snacks here and there. And if
right,
if it's almond or walnut, sometimes it's covered with syrup and sugar. You
right,
know
right.
how it is. And I don't need a lot of that. You can taste the nuts if you do enjoy nuts, and it's a very satisfying snack.
Good. I'm
Like
so
I'm
glad to hear that from you.
wow. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I have
So the
next.
next we're going to try truffle. So that's called date truffle, which means it's a whole date dipped into the Criollo cacao, the smoothest chocolate coating available out there in the world. So it's dipped into chocolate, but it's not just a date, it is stuffed with pumpkin seeds.
Oh my god.
And it is stuffed with a hint of spice. So this one is stuffed with a hint of cardamom.
Oh my god.
And we
Oh,
use organic cardamom, for this, which comes all the way from India.
yeah. Oh,
And they're certified organic.
Yeah.
So all of our products or ingredients comes wherever we source it from. It is all listed on our website.
Mm.
And because we believe in ingredient transparency, so all of the products ingredients are listed on our website, and they also show how certified they are.
Yeah.
And that's what goes in this truffle. But anyways, go ahead and try. We try not to overpower it with the spice.
Mm. Oh my God. You came up with all of these
Yes,
recipes?
yes, yes.
This is, I love it. I really do. I love this. Hmm. No wonder Courtney said, how can I
Yes,
support
I
you?
know. Courtney loved the one with cayenne, and
Mm,
that's what you're gonna try the next.
mm. This is wonderful. So this is the one that I just bit into, delicious. It still has a little bit of the almond in here.
Yes,
So it's almond. And what is that tingling that I'm feeling? That warm feeling.
the warm filling is the cayenne.
Oh,
So it's a hint of cayenne. It gives you a little bit of kick with the chocolate.
that's why when I was like, oh, it has cayenne, right? I could taste it.
Yeah,
Yeah. And the
yeah,
combination of chocolate and cayenne is amazing.
yeah. That's
I
Courtney's favorite truffle, by the way.
Good to know Courtney loves this too. I have not had something that is a combination of chocolate and cayenne since I moved from San Diego.
Oh
Because
wow!
when I lived there, I actually love supporting small businesses as well, like that had good treats like this. Not as good
Right,
as yours, but that's what I prefer. Like if
right,
I'm going to buy something that it's not necessarily cheating, but I'm just going to indulge in. I
right,
prefer it being from a small business or
right,
someone that local that I can support.
right, right.
So
Thank
okay,
you.
I'm gonna buy. Well, no, I'm gonna skip it. All
Skip.
right, because we got more. I got.
I
I'll
know.
I'll enjoy it later.
Yeah,
Okay, now
right.
we have one here in the red container here. What is this? This
So,
is also an almond.
so how about this? Why don't you try this? Bite it and show how does it look from inside, and
Okay,
then you tell me the spice.
okay. This is like a blind test almost.
Yes, yes.
Mm. Mm. Okay, so
Yep, that's the pumpkin seed.
it doesn't have almond. I can tell.
Right.
The pumpkin seed is so good in here.
Yeah, there you go. So it's with pumpkin seed. Again, that we invented for
Mm.
the people who has nut allergy and who cannot indulge into this. But we have orders from all the people, like, they enjoy pumpkin seed so much even though they don't have nut allergies.
What a beautiful collection of treats that you've put together. You must make a lot of people happy at home.
Right.
Like your family, your friends, your
Yeah.
children.
Yeah, yeah. My friends, like, they keep it as a dessert, and they have it like one bite every day after dinner, and they're like, I'm satisfied now.
That's exactly how I am. That's why I take small bites because I love to enjoy. I
Right,
don't eat fast. I enjoy. Okay.
right.
I can't say I have a favorite because I like them all. Okay.
That's a good to know.
Here's another one. And you
Okay.
want me to do the same thing and try to figure out
Right.
what's in it?
It will
Okay.
be pumpkin seeds with cayenne. So this time you'll feel the heat.
Cayenne again. That's my favorite spice. If you knew how much cayenne I have right now in my pantry, you would be like, "Why?" We
Wow.
put cayenne in everything now.
Yay.
Okay.
Yep.
Mmm. Oh, I feel it in my tongue.
Yep.
Oh my god. This is delicious, you guys. Like I'm really excited to have learned about you. Um, I like them all still. I don't have a favorite.
So
All of
are
them are
you
my.
a dark chocolate fan or
Mhm.
this bittersweet or
I
semi-sweet
love.
chocolates?
So I have a weakness for dark chocolate. And the
Nice.
more cacao, the better for me.
Right. Right.
I never liked milk chocolate. And I don't need a lot of sugar in my cacao. You know how
Right. Right. Right.
so this is probably why I'm loving these.
Yes, yes. So that's what we wanted to give our consumers, that, we wanted to provide all the superfood ingredients in one package where you don't need to feel that it's so bitter or it's not tasting good,
Hmm.
because this we coated with cacao, and which is 100% dark. It only made with cacao butter and the cacao powder, and that's it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's coated with cacao, but it's actually a date that's providing you all the sweetness that you're craving. And it's
Yes.
real fruit. So there is no brainer.
Oh,
Everything in that is just a nice package of indulgence.
oh, I agree. And when my husband comes home,
Uh huh.
he's going to do a taste test. And I can tell you
Yay.
right now, I'm going to have to tell him, slow down, take your time,
I
like
know.
appreciate, because when he loves something, he just wants to eat it fast.
Make sure you grab some videos of him so we can enjoy that later on.
Yes, I will definitely do that. Now I have one more. And by the way, I'm sort of having a small, after I chew a small sip of
Uh
the red
huh.
wine, just a little bit,
Uh huh.
and it's incredible. And how can people have these? Can they have them with coffee, tea?
Yeah, so it goes well. For example, personally, my husband always have this one truffle with his black coffee.
Oh,
So people have
yes.
it with coffee as well, and I have customers who orders it just for like a wine pairing, or kind
Yep.
of a get together that they're having at their place, and they don't want to keep like heavy dessert.
Yep.
This is what they keep next to the wine tray.
Yes.
So that's how people have it. And then, those with the kids, we just have it at home all the
Yeah.
time.
I think when you have something delicious and rich like this, it is like a delicacy. You don't need, to continuously eat these. It's just one
Yes.
or two bites or one of these. But okay, so I'm going to take a bite. Mmm. Mm. I taste, this is more chocolatey. What am I eating?
This is the almond and cardamom. So it it has,
Mm-hmm.
you can feel, so the cardamom
Mm.
is typically, yeah, you see that piece of almond in there. Yep.
Mm. Oh my God.
So the cardamom is typically goes really well with chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it's not explored much here in Western countries because the spice is, typically used by India and all the Asian countries more.
Mm-hmm.
But this combination is like, it's one of my favorite too. This
Mm.
combination is one of my favorite too.
I mean, I'm gonna have chocolate all over my teeth. But I'm loving this. Okay.
Okay, and the last one that's remaining. So you tried all of our four truffles.
Yep.
You tried two of our bites. Now, the one last thing remaining is the pumpkin spice bites, which is our limited time edition. We recently launched in fall, and people loved it so much. And this one has a pumpkin spice inside, and
Okay.
this is made with apricots and dates. Again,
Oh.
no sugar added, of course, because none of our product contain any added sugar. But these are sweetened with apricots and dates.
Oh my gosh. Everything that I love. Hmm. Oh, it's like the fall.
Yes,
I love
yes.
this. Oh my God.
That's what I hear. Like this is like Christmas. This
It's
is
like a
fall. It's
holiday.
holiday feeling. Yes.
Oh, this is what you have when you really want to feel the spirit of Christmas,
Yes.
or even just the fall, Thanksgiving, but it's Christmassy.
Yes, yes.
This is wonderful, Mega. Now, mm, I it's hard to eat and talk. Um, if listeners are interested in placing an order, how soon should they place the order? How long can they expect for the product to be delivered?
Yes. So we are located in Carrollton, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
We have, like I said, we have our own facility where we manufacture this product.
Mm-hmm.
And you can place an order online on trueve.co, which is www.true, True, V
Mm-hmm.
as in Victor, .co. Make sure it's not .com. So they can go there and visit our website, or they can, follow the link in bio on Instagram on my page, which is Truve Eats. And then that will direct them to the website shop
Okay.
page. And that's where they can place an order. Right now we are running a promotion for holiday, which where we're offering your listener additional special discount, which you're going to talk about it. I'll let you do that. But they can place an order of the products and they check out as usual. Once we get the orders, then we process it within 1 to 2 business days.
Okay.
One thing I want to mention that we all of our orders are prepared small batched, okay, and then these are all handcrafted. And since it does not have any preservatives, we make sure that we don't keep it on stock so much. So, for example, if you place an order today, you expect to receive it or to either pick up or delivery, depending on which medium or where you're shopping it from.
Okay.
You if you order a place if you place an order today, and if you select pickup, if you're local and select pickup, you can pick it up as soon as after 2 days.
Okay.
So, and then on our website, when you select a pickup, there is a schedule where it says pick your day when you're gonna when you want to pick up, and then you schedule the time, and then that's when you pick up from our location.
Okay.
Another option you have is the shipping. If you place an order for shipping,
Yeah.
we ship all of our packages by priority shipping, which means it will hardly take 1, 2, or 3 days max in order to reach anywhere in United States within the 48 states of United States.
Yeah.
So if you all place an order today, we take like 1 or 2 business days to prepare your order,
Okay.
and then it gets shipped out to you. But we obviously provide the tracking information and all that. So within a week, I would say if you receive your order by weekend, by Friday you'll have the product if we are shipping it out.
Perfect. And the reason I asked is because I wanted to feature your bites as part of this holiday gift idea series that I'm doing on my podcast and
Oh,
also on my social
nice.
media. Yeah, I wanted to encourage people to buy this, buy some of your bite purchase some of your bites and
Right.
as gifts for loved ones. So
Whoa.
the individual doesn't have to be a vegan. They just have to love these
I
items
know.
like
They just have to
the
love
almonds.
sweet treats.
Yeah,
That's it. And who doesn't love it, right?
that's right. I
So,
love this. And I could see how even for for other events or holidays like Valentine's Day and all of that, how people really would enjoy this as
right.
well. This is wonderful. Thank you for bringing these by.
Thank you so much. I'm so
Yes.
glad you like them.
I really did. I mean, I'm not a person that snacks a lot,
Right.
but this right here,
Uh huh.
oh, like after dinner or with a non-alcoholic glass of wine would be great. Now, you did offer us a discount code.
It's HEALTHY and then U as an umbrella. That's it.
That's right. Okay, so they just enter Healthy You to get a
Yes.
discount.
Yes. 10% off. No minimum order requirement. They get 10% off on their entire order.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome, Mega.
Yeah.
So I have just a couple of fun questions that I thought we could wrap as we're wrapping things up. We could I gotta just ask you a couple of questions that are fun. Feel free to just answer them quickly or elaborate.
Or can I just say skip?
Yeah, you can skip. Do you have a favorite influencer?
Yes, Courtney.
Actually, you're right. It's amazing. She really is an influencer. I love following her on social
Yes,
media.
yes.
Yeah.
Whenever I read her post or see her stories, it just gives good vibes. She's so joyful. She's such a passionate soul,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's just a good feeling that she brings. So,
She
yes,
does.
colorful Courtney.
Yes. Thank you, Courtney, for connecting us. Do you have a favorite holiday and why?
I do actually. So I have two favorite holidays.
Okay.
One is from India, the Indian type of holiday, and one is from here. So, first one is from here, it's 4th of July. And I want to say a little bit about why it is, because I'm the first generation immigrant here, and I wouldn't have had anything that I am today without me being here in the United States. So this land has provided me everything that I have ever wished for, or that anything that I could have achieved in my life. So far I'm so satisfied, and that only happened because of United States and because I'm here.
Wow.
So, and then I totally respect this, and I'm so glad that I am a citizen of United States today. And the values that I learned, the culture that they have, I mean, everything is just so admiring, and I love being here. I'm just so proud to be here today.
Yeah.
So this is a land of opportunity, just like they say it is, and it was so true for me and for my family, and I'm very grateful. So yes, 4th of July is my one of the favorite holiday here. The other one is Navratri, which is basically a festival of dancing. So
Oh,
and you get that wooden sticks and it's called dandiya, and then you play the dance. There is a typical dance that you do, and so people just gather around and dance during those 9-day period. Here it's only celebrated over the weekend, but it's just amazing that you just feel free to dance and dance in that tune, that typical tune that we play during that time.
wow.
And yeah, so that's my one of the favorite festival.
That's
Yes.
beautiful. I didn't know about that. So thank you for sharing. Now
Yeah.
I'm going to go and look it up, and
Yeah.
how liberating for 9 days. I love to dance as it is, but for
Yes.
9 days of not feeling, what is that word? Not, you're not holding back. You're just allowing
Yes.
yourself
And
to be
you
free.
dress up into those special attire,
Wow.
which is so cool. I have on my personal page, I have a video of that dancing. Like this time I did it, like since COVID, obviously they were not having those big gathering. So since COVID, I experienced that, like, recently in October. And that was like my first time going since COVID, and I enjoyed it so much. I made a reel and I posted on my personal Instagram page, and it was
Beautiful.
amazing.
Oh
Yeah,
my
but
God.
I love going and enjoying, that dance and celebrating this Navratri festival.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us to
Yes.
learn a little bit more about your culture and what you love. That's
Yes.
beautiful. One last question, because I know that we both have to get ready for Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So, what is the best thing that happened to you this year?
Truly.
Oh,
Without a doubt, it's Truly. It's been, I mean, like I said, since 2020, we've been waiting, 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 and there were so many obstacles that came in between. People always see the greener side of
yeah.
the whole outcome,
Mhm.
but there's a lot happened in between. And finally, we launched the product in April, and it was the best thing that ever happened. Not only because the business was launched, because something that I really passionately wanted to do. I
Mhm.
feel like I found my purpose. I found my mission for the life, and that's it. So that is the best thing that has happened this
Yeah.
year.
And we're very lucky because as a result of you having now established True V, now you've opened up the doors to invite Dr. Will Tuttle,
Yes.
and we're going to see you there. We're going to come together December 13th. And if we have any listeners that are interested, again, we'll have the link in the show notes, and people can find out either how they can attend in person or
Yes.
via the live stream that we'll be doing as well. So,
Yes.
Megan,
Yes. Very excited.
is there anything else that you'd like to share with my listeners before we wrap up?
No, actually, I would say that no matter what you eat and no matter where you shop, try to be more sustainable. Think of sustainability. It just doesn't come overnight. Even the
Hmm.
small little bit step helps.
Yeah.
As small step as like not using a straw when you go out in the restaurant, just drink it from the glass. That also helps. It just saves one straw. And then another thing I would say, that invest in your health. That is the best investment that you could make.
Mm.
I wouldn't say like go nuts about it, eat salads all day, of course, because that's not what I do too. I eat
Hmm.
out, I enjoy. But overall, just try to choose healthier options available, and try to see what they have, try to read the ingredients, try to eliminate not having so many processed food and preservatives in your diet if you can,
Okay.
because not only that will help you in longer run, but it also will help your family if you have kids, because they will eat what you buy, they will eat what you have and what you consume as well.
Hmm.
So that also help your future generation.
Yeah, future generations. Thank you. Yes,
Yes.
that is so important. Well, Mega, this has been so meaningful for me, for you to be here in the studio sharing your bites and your snacks that we're going to promote. But thank you. Congratulations on True
Thank you
V
so much.
and your health and going fully vegan and all the wonderful things that are happening for you. So, thank you again.
Yeah, thank you, Maya. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you so much. Bye.
Okay, my friends, I hope that you enjoyed my conversation with Megha Shah. It was so much fun. She came to my studio and we were able to record in person. And also, we sampled some of her delicious cocoa bites and the truffles. And I'm telling you, they are delicious. I hope that you check out our link and hope to see you in person. Let me know if you plan on attending the Dr. Tuttle event in person. And if not, are you going to watch our live stream? We're hoping that this event will help revive the vegan community in Dallas and also just revive doing in person events. As always, my friends, thank you for being listeners.
You've been listening to the Healthy Lifestyle Solutions podcast with your host, Maya Acosta. If you've enjoyed this podcast, do us a favor and share with one friend who can benefit from this episode. Feel free to leave an honest review as well at ratethispodcast.com/HLS. This helps us to spread our message. And as always, thank you for being a listener.